This is Uthred, and this is Conflict of Nations WW3, Day 4, and I am playing as the Philippines. Alright. That sound effect, ladies and gentlemen, is very good. Will you agree with me? So, anyway, um, good evening to every one of you guys who's listening to this video. And we are now in day 4 for Conflict of Nations WW3. And I'll be giving you updates about the game, the progress of the game, and where we at right now at day 4. So if you wish to go back and check the previous videos and the progress of the game, you can go back and check video number 1, Conflict of Nations WW3 Day 1, Philippines. Again, this is my second time playing as the Philippines, but definitely, even though you will, even though I played the Philippines before, um, no game will be the same. So this game is totally different, and it will have its own excitement and uh, you know, drama, I suppose. But okay, so let's begin. All right. So as you can see, so we got Taiwan, and that was accomplished yesterday during day 3, and now we are currently attacking Japan. All right. So as you can see, I have several ships right here. Now, okay. So my 11th Corvette have arrived, and we'll start to bombard Osaka within 12 minutes. God, that was so loud. But anyway, um, guys, I'm not gonna remove the sound effect of the game. Okay, um, that will give us at least some sound effect to make the show lively at least, and hopefully that will help you guys to get through the video and not be bored about the game. All right, so we're gonna keep it. So from time to time, um uh what do you call this? I'm sorry. Um so from time to time, you might hear the sound effect, and it might uh um shock you, but please bear with that. So anyway, also right now, today it is confirmed that I am COVID positive. So I'm gonna have 14 days of leave from work, and that will give me more time to do videos about. Um, that will give me more time to play this game, and 14 days I'll do my best to continuously provide the videos and give you updates of the in the game. So bear with me if my voice is a little bit different, but I hope that you will stay there and keep on listening because you know um, just for nothing, maybe just for the sake of supporting me. But anyway, so here's the update for day 4. So we have started our campaign against Japan, and I have Australia with me attacking Japan. So we're basically attacking Japan together. So the plan, the plan is to attack Japan. That's it. But what I'm gonna do is what I did was I focused and attacked his cities that has naval bases and arms industry. So those cities are the cities that has capability of producing ships. So I told my ally Australia to wait for 2 days. That was yesterday, but I don't think waiting for 2 days will be good for us. Although we might be able, yeah, given that we'll be able to produce ships, more ships before we attack. But then if we will wait for 2 more days, Japan might be able to produce corvettes or ships to defend his cities. So we did preemptive strike just to make sure that we can neutralize his cities, his naval bases. So before the war started, he has three naval base, level two naval bases. Two of those are capable of producing corvettes or ships, and that's Hiroshima and Tokyo. Now, I started to attack Hiroshima, and as you can see, his morale is down by 67%, and I've I've eliminated his barracks, and now his arms industry is about to collapse, as well as his level two naval shipyard. Now, my ally here is also bombarding Tokyo, so if you will check Tokyo right now, so yeah, most of its buildings are damaged. So he's definitely gonna have difficulty countering us. So at this point, Japan is incapable of you know um, countering us or providing resistance at this point. And the thing is, since he has no ships, I haven't encountered any units from Japan yet. So since he conquered Tsushima as well as Ulengdo, his forces are probably here in this area as well as, or some of them might be preparing to attack South Korea. Now, since he has no ships, he has no protection against my corvette, and and we are continuously bombing his cities, and I'm watching out for any signs or possibilities that he might produce, or he might upgrade his naval shipyard in his other cities like Fukuoka. So yeah, I'm watching out. So he's not gonna be able to produce ships, and that's gonna be his downfall. That's gonna be his death. So the only way for him to recover and to win this, to salvage defeat, is if his allies will come to his aid and will help him. But I don't think that will be possible as Vietnam is currently engaged also with Myanmar as well as Thailand. Plus, Indonesia is here, and Indonesia will definitely oppose him. Indonesia has frigates, very good. So he did not, he probably skipped corvettes and focused on producing frigates. So very good. He has three already. All right. So yeah, he rested for a while and then produced those ships, and then he mobilized those ships. This player is good, to be honest. Let me check again his stats. Yeah, he's 2.20 with 19,700, 1,917 kills. So this player is a good player. Okay. So, and how many wins does he have? Let's check. Let me check. So he has a total of 7 wins, coalition victories, and 21 games. So that means this player is good. It's just that this player is good and he's a team player. The fact that he has seven coalition victories. Well, let's just hope that he's not a turncoat, or he's not that. Let's hope that he's not that kind of player who betrays his allies. In terms of diplomacy, we have no messages or anything whatsoever with Indonesia, so that's fine. We can keep it that way. And in case he will betray us, then Australia and I will definitely attack. But right now, he's making his move against Vietnam, so definitely Vietnam won't be able to provide any assistance to Japan. Russia, Russia can and has the capability, but I don't think he will, and he would be able to, since he has no naval level 2 naval shipyard in Vladivostok, as well as, let me check, does he have a so let's check, Arkhangelsk. All right, so it also has no level 2 naval shipyard. So how about St. Petersburg? Same with this one. Okay, so I don't think there's gonna be ships coming to rescue Japan. Now let's check Los Angeles. None here also. Let's check Portland. Okay, so no rescue that will come to Japan, and this will be his downfall. Um, During day one, I invited Japan to join to have an alliance with us, but he turned me down. So um, you know, that's on him, definitely. He could have been a good ally because he also has good stats. But right now, if I am Japan, what will I do if I'm Japan? Well, first of all, the first thing that I could have done if I was Japan is I will definitely build a navy. Same with what I'm doing right now with the Philippines. I will secure alliance with good players within the region to make sure that I will be safe during the early games, and then I'll build my navy. And I think that's his mistake. He didn't have any ships when my frigates arrived, or I mean when my corvettes arrived. But um, in 3 days, he should have been able to produce at least one or two frigates, or corvette to defend his coast. But he didn't have any, so he probably just focused on, and he has barracks on his city. So what he probably focused on are land troops, and that's a mistake if you are playing Japan. So all right, so now he's probably have his forces somewhere around here. If I was him, I would probably if I'm not gonna quit the game, well, maybe I'll quit the game at this point if I'm Japan. But if I'm not gonna quit, I will probably send all my units to Vladivostok and communicate with my allies and see if I can recapture my mainland. But yeah, unfortunately, uh, I don't know what he's gonna do right now. But okay, so I'm bombing Hiroshima and Osaka. All right, 1 minute before Osaka gets shelled. So I'm gonna bomb this. I will just try to reduce his level to um, naval base here, and then my ground troops will be coming in to finish off Japan. So okay, I'll start doing that now. So I'll need to. So Taipei is safe. It's already at 39% morale, so there's gonna be no insurgencies that's gonna happen there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send a majority of my forces there to capture Fukuoka. It's gonna take 10 hours, so that's gonna be, it's 8:34 p.m. in my uh here in my location. So it will arrive in Fukuoka by 6 a.m. All right. So okay, so we're gonna capture Fukuoka. They also have some ships coming in to capture Hiroshima. I mean troops right here, and then I'm also about to capture this island right here, Okinawa. So, all right, all right, and then Australia will be attacking from the north, so he will be capturing Sapporo. So, all right, so I'm not sure what will be our agreement here. How will we divide Japan? But of course, I will give. That's fine. Australia is an ally, a friend. So I don't mind if he will take um, cities in Japan. But I'd like to secure Osaka. Also, I'd like to secure Tokyo, but I'm willing to give it up since he's the one who bombed Tokyo. So maybe I can ask him, are you taking Tokyo, or can I have it? All right, because that will boost our rare materials production. Okay. All right, so that's it for Japan. I don't think. Well, still has ground troops. I don't know where, but so probably somewhere around here in this area right here. And so if he have so what's gonna happen is that I'm gonna capture those cities, and if he counterattacks and retake those cities, then he will be bombed by my corvettes. But yeah, he can also do that. He can concentrate his forces and then um try to do as much damage as he can when my ground troops landed. So that's a strategy also that he can consider. So since he's going down, since he will be invaded, so why not use your troops to do as much damage as you can, right? So that's also an option for him. All right. So China is active again. So China was recently was trying to join our coalition, but of course our leader did not accept it, so he decided to create his own. So here, Asian superpower. Now let's check and visit the cities. So he has nothing in Hong Kong, just a barracks with no arms industry. Nothing in Shanghai, Qingdao, nothing there also. All right, so he has limited infrastructures or buildings, mostly barracks. So yeah, in terms of navy, he's not gonna be able to counter, or he's not gonna be able to pose a threat against me. Now, Indonesia is good. He has frigates already. All right. So once we're done with Japan, I might have to go for South Korea, and then North Korea, and then into China. So there's a lot of options here. Of course, Russia is always a threat. It's always a big threat in the north. And since we attack Japan, there's always a big chance that Russia will take revenge. But let's see. So okay. So again, Indonesia is preparing for an attack with Thailand, while New Zealand is still not doing anything. So this one, definitely for now, this is okay. But soon, I'm gonna ask Australia, our leader, to remove him if ever he's not gonna do anything. Freeloaders are not allowed to win, so he has to make his move. All right, so now As you can see, Australia have attacked Mozambique. So he started his assault or attack in Africa. And the truth is that this is a danger. Well, if I am Australia, I will attack New Zealand. We'll focus. We'll capture New Zealand first before I focus on other places. But the first thing that I'm gonna do is to capture, yeah, New Zealand, and then probably will attack India. But going for Africa is not really that a bad idea, but because there's a lot of territories here to conquer, and establishing a foothold in Africa will help us, will boost our chances of winning also as a coalition. The only setback there is that he's inviting um, enemies, and you know, people doesn't want to be invaded from the outside. So Africans would rather have wars against themselves. But if there will be any foreign invaders, they may rally, and they may actually fight together. So the thing is that he attacked Mozambique, which is a good option because Mozambique is stretched out. Okay, so we got Cameroon right here. Okay, very good. How many troops does Cameroon have? So this one has 30 units. Same with me. I have 30 also. Cameroon has 20 units. Okay, so he lost a lot. Australia has 28. Very good. And then me, I think I have the biggest army. I have 32. All right. But those are low quality units, mostly Corvette and then National Guards, compared to Indonesia, who has a who has more powerful units. So anyway, going back, um, so I guess this is also good since we have an ally in Africa, Cameroon. So um, but Cameroon is not on a good position because um, he can be attacked from all sides, from the north to the east and then to the south. He is surrounded by enemies. So that will be a distraction, at least for Australia, and he can go and capture rampage through Mozambique and capture as many territories as he can before Mozambique counters attack. But most of the time, for players like this, some players would rather just quit the game rather than continue playing because for some, they find it as a lost cost. But I don't know. Maybe they will continue. Um, can we can't really be sure about it, but um, if Mozambique keeps on playing, he's very vulnerable right now, and um, he can be he can other African countries can also take advantage of his situation. So um, the further Australia stretches or advances, the more he gets exposed to enemies. So definitely, this number of troops right here that he has will not be enough to to push through with the invasion because he needs to leave at least one or two units to prevent the cities from being taken over by rebels. So this lone unit right here, this is this is for me. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put in two units at least because if I will only have one, this can get um, damaged, and this can get you can get lots of casualties if you only have one. So to make sure that you can eliminate any insurgencies, you have to have at least more than two units stationed or garrisoned in a captured city. So okay, now the next thing that he can do is to build an air base, an airport, so he can send reinforcements via plane, and it's gonna be much faster, and it will be safer instead of going through the sea and be ambushed by enemy ships. So okay, so that's a progress that um, we can monitor. All right. Now let's also check uh, other fronts here. So in Europe, Spain is dominating um, Western Europe. Spain is currently one, two, three, four. So the fifth player in the game is Spain, and they have conquered most of France and is currently at war with Algeria. So okay. And then we also have Colombia here in the northern part of South America. Was in the fourth place. All right. Now let's check the news. Okay, so the U.S. and Cuba are currently at war, with Cuba having the most number of casualties, and it's a good thing that the U.S. cannot respond to, or it's this war is good for us because this makes the U.S. busy and won't be able to support his ally Japan. And this player is improving with 1.24 stats KD. So he's bound to conquer Cuba, and I have no doubt that he will succeed here. All right. So and as the game progresses, normally alliances shifts also. So it frequently shifts depending on who the players that are still available. So you always have to watch out for that. So the coalitions that are present and strong right now will be the Axis. This one is also complete, so they have five players also, but Poland, I believe, was being is being ravaged by Germany. All right, so not that much, but still, um, that's enough damage that will keep him busy. So okay, we have the America SUD. Okay, African Union is weaker right now because Cameroon left them. Then of course our alliance, the Communist Rebellion. So that's a pretty name, right, for a coalition. I'm not a communist, never will be, but that's fine. It's just a game. So so basically, as the game progress, alliance may shift. Once we have defeated Japan, China can change can apply to their coalition and be a new member. There's also India, Kazakhstan. There's a lot of other potential allies that they can recruit. It depends on who are the players who are active. All right, so okay, Angola and Cameroon. So very good for Cameroon because he's holding up against Angola, though he lost one towed artillery. All right, so Israel occupied Beirut, which is the capital of Lebanon. So Israel is doing good as well. He can be a potential ally also. So homeland cities. Excuse me. Turkey is still whole. Is Turkey still playing the game? Because that's a good thing about this game. It's not easy to advance. Um, I always keep on comparing CON to COW or Call of War, but those games are Both games are totally different from each other. But I've been playing COW. I've played more games in COW than CON, and I have good stats with COW. I think I was the last time I left, I was at 7. I guess I forgot, but yeah, somewhere around 7. So I'm not gonna stop playing that game also because I have an amazing what do you call that alliance? Yeah, the Kelly Zero. So I'm not gonna quit playing that. But for now, I'm gonna do this and because this one is the pacing for CON is slower, so I'll play CON for the meantime. And also here, it's not easy to advance because you really cannot leave a city undefended, or you really cannot leave a city without a garrison, because if the city rebels, you cannot just go back and recapture it because there will be insurgents around within the city in the city. So it won't be easy to recapture. You will always lose a lot of you will always have lots of casualties if you will not be careful, and sometimes it will take 2 to 3 days before you can pacify a conquered city. It depends on your overall morale also. If your homeland morale is high, then home your conquered cities will be pacified quickly, will be pacified sooner rather than later. So normally it will take 2 to 3 days. So for Taiwan, I was able to pacify Taiwan for a day only because I have a large garrison there. So it also depends on the garrison you have in the city. If you have a large garrison in the city, that will also prevent the city from insurgencies. So that is important, and that will also hold you back from conquering lots of lands because you have to uh, you have to garrison troops there. You have to heal your troops, and you can heal your troops only in cities. So, unlike with unlike with Call of War, every day change your units. Every day change. When I say day change, um, the day changes, right? So from third day to the fourth day. So every day change, um, your units will heal for 10%. So for Conflict of Nations, you have to garrison your troops in a city, and each unit will have one hit points healed, and you can actually increase that by building hospitals in your cities. So I'm a type of player who is very conservative in using resources, and I really don't um, spend too much, especially if I know that I don't spend too much. So I noticed that some players will produce hospitals, but I rarely do that. I only do that for some in some cases, and most of the time I will be able to capture cities that has hospitals. So so why spend if you can basically capture them? And also that's another strategy that I do. So whenever I capture some cities, uh, I will annex a city that already has existing infrastructure. And that way, you can save a lot of money instead of annexing cities that has no buildings yet. If you annex cities that has existing infrastructure, then you can save lots of resources there. So that's another strategy that I also implement. But it always on a case to case basis. Another tip is that uh, um, I lost my train of thought. My train of thoughts. Sorry, but yeah. So that's another one that I do. I forgot what I'm about to say. Anyway, yeah. I've already started bombing Osaka, and its morale have dropped to 75%. So yeah, that's one strategy that you can do. And another one is that if I have captured an enemy, if this is an active player and I have captured an active enemy player, homeland city, I would normally destroy their um, their existing buildings just to make sure that if they recapture the city, they will have to rebuild from scratch. And rebuilding is not easy because buildings will take days um, to finish unless you will use gold. So another strategy that I also implement is that I would sometimes just raid cities and leave it to the rebels. I do that if I have a strong enemy and I just want to weaken them. Removing one city at a time, that's really gonna take a while because that will hurt their economy. But that's also a strategy that I implement. So by capturing each cities and then moving on to the next one, leaving the cities to the insurgents, I weaken the enemy, and also, yeah, I basically weaken the enemy, and in return, it is as if I am allied with the rebels, right? So that's a strategy that I implemented when I was playing Afghanistan against the United States. Then later on, if you think that once you think that the enemy can no longer recover those territories and you are in the position, then you can send reinforcements to recapture those cities. As easy as that. It's like the cleaning up phase of the game. So anyway, I hope that we can get through that phase wherein I can uh, show you different types of strategies that I implement in this game. But yeah, I hope that you learned something from this game. Um, for day four on how I attack or how I started my campaign against Japan. So first day of the war, um, well, I can say that it's 90% win. It's 90% win because Japan has no navy to counter me. So yeah, we're just basically just gonna clean this up and then kill those um, remaining land forces that he has, those initial troops that he has. So okay, I guess that's it for now. It's 38. It will be 38 minutes soon. So again, I appreciate you guys for listening, and don't hesitate. Again, don't hesitate to raise any questions if you have any. And it this is not just me doing a vlog or whatsoever. This is just me documenting and having fun with the game. And I hope that everyone who also plays this game will have fun. Again, this is a stressful game. This needs a lot. This needs commitment and patience. But I hope that every one of us are still enjoying the game, even though the game is difficult to play and it takes time. And yeah, again, thank you and Skal.